After the argument, all I wanted was to walk away, leave the mess behind, and pretend the whole encounter never happened. But the universe had other plans. The moment we stepped into the building, Max's manager stormed in, barking orders and treating him like some kind of property instead of a person. Before I could even process what was happening, he activated the security system and locked the entire place down, trapping both of us inside. I remember standing there in disbelief, staring at the sealed door while Max tried, and failed, to hide how embarrassed he was. Suddenly we weren't strangers arguing on the street, we were two people stuck together with no escape, forced to share the same air, the same room, and the same uncomfortable silence. And in that stillness, something unexpected began to shift, as if being locked in was exactly what needed to happen next. It all began with a crash neither of us expected. One moment I was driving, trying to hold myself together after a long, exhausting day, and the next, a sleek car skidded into mine like fate forcing us to collide. Max jumped out furious, shouting about brakes and responsibility, while I fired back without thinking, equally annoyed and shaken. But beneath all that anger, there was something else. Two people who were already overwhelmed by life, suddenly pushed into each other's path. It wasn't just the broken car or the heated words, it was the strange feeling that this moment was about to change everything. Even then, before I knew his name or his story, a part of me sensed that our lives were more tangled than that wrecked bumper on the road. I just didn't know yet how deeply that twist of fate would pull us in. The next morning felt different, as if the world had been holding its breath, waiting to see what Max would choose. Despite everything, his manager's threats, his own doubts, the bruises you couldn't see but knew were there, he walked toward that track with a steadiness I hadn't seen in him before. Maybe it was courage, maybe it was stubbornness, or maybe it was simply the weight of finally wanting something for himself. When the race began, I could feel my heart pounding harder than the engines. Every turn, every overtake, every second he stayed in the fight proved that the belief he'd lost was slowly returning. And when he crossed that finish line, not just as a driver but as someone who fought for his own voice, the crowd roared, but my smile came before theirs. Later, standing in front of everyone, he thanked me, not for saving him, but for reminding him who he was. And in that moment, he finally said what we both already knew. As the night settled and the rush finally faded, the truth neither of us wanted to face came to the surface. Max wasn't just tired, he was defeated. Sitting beside him, I watched the confidence he showed earlier crumble into something raw and honest. He told me he was done with racing, done with being pushed around, done with feeling like a puppet instead of a person. His manager's words had gotten into his head so deeply that he truly believed he was nothing without him. And for a moment, I saw a version of Max that scared me, not because he was weak, but because he'd stopped believing in himself. Maybe it was the journey we shared that day, or maybe it was the way he had trusted me with pieces of his truth, but I couldn't stay silent. I looked at him and said the only thing he needed to hear, I believe in you. Once the door finally unlocked, neither of us planned on staying together, yet somehow every step we took kept pulling us into the same chaos. One moment we were sneaking down hallways trying to avoid his furious manager, and the next we were slipping into random rooms, switching outfits like actors in a backstage panic. It was ridiculous, messy, and honestly, strangely fun. At one point, we ended up in a go-kart arena, of all places, surrounded by kids who didn't care who Max was or why we looked like we'd escaped a crime scene. For the first time that day, he laughed, not the polite kind, but a real, unfiltered laugh that made him seem human instead of the stressed-out driver he pretended to be. And without realizing it, I was laughing with him, forgetting my own troubles for a few precious moments. It felt like running from our lives led us straight into something new. With nothing to do and nowhere to go, the silence slowly softened, and the walls we were both holding up began to crack. Max wasn't the loud, arrogant guy I had assumed. He was tired in a way that went deeper than anything a person shows on their face. He finally admitted he was a Formula One driver, not the glamorous kind you see on posters, but one controlled by a manager who treated him like a walking paycheck. And once he opened up, I found myself doing the same. I told him about my ex-fiancée, the lies, the betrayal, and how every decision I made lately felt like a desperate attempt to rebuild a life someone else had broken. For the first time, we weren't arguing, we were two people recognizing the same hurt in each other. And that realization changed everything.